Bathurst, I'll be in your town tomorrow. Get your tickets. Worst of series, where we go and explore the entrails of certain services and industries and see how whiny people are about that specific thing existing that any caveman would be like on their knees and crying about in joy. Like every single time, people hate it with a passion. Doesn't matter what it is. So let's find out together, do people like airports? Specifically, Melbourne and Sydney. I'm guessing that this is going to buck the trend. Everyone's going to come in together and say, no, we live in a miracle age where you can fly around like a bird in comfort, which not even birds get to do. And you get peanuts up in the sky and everyone's going to celebrate and dance. Let's see if it works later. Oh, and by the way, this is about Google reviews, just to clarify. The first cab off the rank is not the biggest city anymore. Fucking Melbourne. Sydney. Here's the first one, 1 star. No smoking area for an international terminal is lazy and elitist. Why is that elitist? Just out of curiosity, like I'd really like to know what. I think every single photo throughout history that I've seen of a rich man, he's got a fat cigar in his mouth. Like, what do you think guy's going there? So, Sydney Airport's now discriminating against asbestos mine owners, are they? They've always looked down on the common man. Having to leave the terminal and go through customs for a cigarette is stupid. No, dude, you're stupid. Just fucking don't smoke for an hour. Jesus Christ. Fuck. Can you imagine being such an addict for anything that you go through customs and you're like, I'm feeling the itch again. Easy decision for the non-smoking management of Sydney Airport. Elitist title fits. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I don't think you know what it means. I don't think you know what elitist means. Greatest disappointment of my life. Here we go. Had to go to Sydney Airport for my transit flight at 16... fucking hell. What is it with boomers and just being so obsessed with dates, times, degrees while driving? I had to pull out a 45 degree. I can't picture that in my stupid head filled with fucking cartoons. I was at the airport at 10 p.m, 37 seconds past. Shut up. And I was told, went out of the accent, I was told I have to leave the airport as they don't allow people to stay past 11 p.m. Now let me just do the maths on that and... That's an hour away. Excuse me, but I was forced to stay at a hotel for 4 hours because Sydney International Airport doesn't let you stay past 11 p.m. I really do like the thought that all these people that write this think like, yes, this is going to take down this multi-billion-dollar enterprise of like a very, very important industry that's like necessary for a country to keep functioning. Here you go, 1 star. You are done, Sydney International Airport. You are done. I mean, he's not that wrong. You do get treated like cattle at an airport, but I also kind of just like going there to be like, yeah, fair enough. We are scum. Just treat us as fucking animals. Perfect place to visit. If you're looking to have a stress aneurysm, got him! Fuck yeah. Worst organised airport I've ever been through, and that includes lax and third world countries. No, it does not. You are just saying that now. I really hate... This is what I hate about the internet. It's just somebody's in a foul mood and then they just trash a developed world's airport and compare it to, yeah, it's the same as fucking Karachi's. Yep, exact. It's worse, actually. Worse than a place where when you walk out, there's like 15 people tumbling over just being like, I'm getting his bags. Fuck you, I'm getting his fucking bags. Actually, now that I think about it, that is quality service. Yeah. Oh, splendid. Nothing says welcome to our international airport like a hearty toss into the icy clutches of winter at the stroke of midnight. All right, well, first off, I do like how when you are going through these reviews, every now and then you just magically stumble across some budding Dostoevsky. Look at the construction of that sentence, my word. But second, is Sydney Airport supposed to just change the Earth's revolvement so that you go there at midday instead of midnight? Is that what's supposed to happen here? And if the frigid temperatures weren't enough of a warm embrace, ooh, irony detected, they've got the delightful aroma of flaming garbage wafting in the air just to give that unique local touch. Now the cherry on top? A security guard, the epitome of customer service, barking, no, you can't stay. It's our government rule. Wow, this is amazing. I feel like a Guardian reviewer of a book at the moment because this all sounds like it's fiction, flaming garbage. Dude, like, I think we stopped doing that in like the 50s. Is your nose that good? But also, don't you think that I should have glasses on at the moment and review this review by saying, all icing and no cake. He is less a master of the written word than he is a contestant on MasterChef. Angus, you've done it again. Well, isn't that just the epitome of hospitality in Australia? Fuck off. How positively enchanting. Double fuck off. I consider Sydney Airport to be the greediest airport in the world. Oh wow, what a coincidence. I bet you every airport that you ever go to is the worst in the world. Except of course, Dubbo. It was privatised by the John Howard government many years ago, and did I write this review? Jesus, talking the truth. This one, let's hear him out. Many years ago, and has ripped off travellers and visitors ever since with badly designed and mediocre facilities. Paying $50 to park your car is obscene. You know what? Ignore everything that I just said before. This man is a saint. I'm giving him a like, and how about you give this video a like instead, in solidarity of that comment. Normally I carry a lighter for smoking purposes. Yesterday I accidentally brought 2 lighters with me. I was accepted by the security in Brisbane Airport, however the security in Sydney Airport told me that I could only carry one, so I chose one and left the other, causing some time loss plus disturbance. Also, there's no praying room. The airport service has to be improved. How much time did that waste? Is this Sophie's Choice with the lighters? How is this that big of a deal? It's one of the worst airports. Probably in all of human history. Hey, this series is worse than Australia. He's trying to one-up me. In all of human history. What, so it's worse than fucking Pearl Harbor, is it? Yes, that's right, the famous airport, Pearl Harbor. I don't know, I thought there was some fucking planes there from memory. We had to get off the plane that was Auckland to Kuala Lumpur with that horrible stop in Sydney. So after getting off, you had to go through security again, having to come from a plane transferring back to the same plane, having had security checks at the first airport. So that water I had from New Zealand was deemed incredibly dangerous. They are rude, unprofessional, and the whole airport smells like bum holes. You can't say unprofessional and bumholes in the same sentence. You can't. Because it is stuffed with them. Wow, you are as poetic as you are a whiny cunt. The layout is a disaster. Stuff is all over the place. I'm sick to fucking death of this. I go to Sydney Airport every week and everyone's just sitting there being like, there's chickens running around. The plague. I got the plague in there. There's so much bullshit of like, it's not that it's better than my house, Christ. It's seriously uncomfortable to sit on anything round. What? Who wrote this? Like King Charles just being like, the benches aren't encrusted in goose feathers. I really hope never to return. Well, I hope that when we die, we get our version of hell and that's yours. That's what I hope. All right, now we've moved on to clearly the inferior in every way. Look, let's be honest, the only way that you're inferior is you don't have a harbour. Melbourne. Fuck you, Melbourne. Just out of pure patriotism to my city, you can't go unscathed. You just can't. So, let's find out how bad you are. Staff thinks it's fine to force a child to remove life-saving medical devices in front of others to embarrass them. Yes, we're already winning. Sucked in, Melbourne. Beware of this airport. They do not care for human life. That is a foreboding sentence, isn't it? That's something that isn't it amazing? It's like Melbourne Airport should be on Australia's smart travel website. Horrifically designed domestic terminal. Yes! Finally, it is slightly more confusing than Sydney's, not much. Why on earth are there hundreds of people sitting on the floor when there's plenty of room to install more seats? Airport looked like a bomb shelter on our arrival and departure 3 days later, so I assume it's always been poorly organised. See, more trash talk about there just being trash at these airports that I visit all the time. It really feels like every time I'm visiting just Melbourne for some reason thinks, oh guys, Jordan's coming, we better clean up. Like, I've never seen this before, ever. I think everybody here is just like, they are such angry, depressed, lonely people who write Google reviews, like this video if you do it frequently, that they just invent things to get mad about. I mean, what is this? The YouTube comment section? Nah, I'm just kidding. About 60% of you are alright. Terminal 4 boarding waiting areas suck. Are the chairs purposefully bad so that you think your pathetic aircraft seats are good? God, you can tell that none of these comments constantly complaining about the seating are definitely not written by middle-aged shogun warriors, are they? They just really like padded things. No one wants to sit down cross-legged anymore. I suppose you've got your point, but I don't mind sitting on the ground like I'm a fucking invalid. Not an airport, it is a shopping centre with a runway and extortionate parking facilities. The service friendliness is that of a monopolist. What is a monopolist? Like, is that like someone's business card? Did the old CEO of Qantas get to carry that shit around? Alan Joyce, monopolist, yeah. It's pretty boss. It's like something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. Like, how charming is the old phrase, captains of industry? Like, what a title. Earl Nightingale Mustache, captain of industry. 2 taxi drivers refused to take me as I wasn't going far enough. Very poor. Yeah, I hate how haughty taxi drivers are at Melbourne. I don't know what the fuck that is. I've done so many times I've been like, hey, can you take me to my hotel? And then they look up and down at you and go, $60. No, put on the meter, you 3AW listening c***. Like, is that even legal in this country to just say like, okay, deal, like before it begins without the meter? I'm pretty sure it's not. Write in the comments, we're starting our own consumer affairs protection that, well, I guess this is exactly what that is. Crisis averted. T1 has many broken door of toilet. That sounds like a really, pardon the pun, shit knockoff of Dungeons and Dragons, doesn't it? When I went to toilet, suddenly many people opened my door. I do like that, just thinking about some nice ethnic man and they're just being like, oh my god, I just came in here for number 1, but I'm literally scared shitless. International terminal resembles that of a slum. Have you been to a slum? It doesn't resemble a slum. Airports of bankrupt countries are miles ahead in terms of appearance and maintenance when compared to... Yeah. Every time they think it's like the best comparison. Melbourne Airport has paid, it seems, media/YouTubers to not utter a word about the pathetic... Yes, this conspiracy runs deep of hiding all of this imaginary trash and pointy seats with jagged booby traps on them. Right up your anus. That everyone seems to not have footage of. They just know it's there. But there's the reason that all these travel vloggers aren't talking about it is because they're paid by Melbourne Airport. Which, now that I think about it, I'm probably not the best advocate for saying, no, there's no cover-up with involving every YouTuber that frequently visits Melbourne Airport. Poor lighting, worn-out seating, drinking water fountain near the toilet. What's wrong with that, unless you just went in it? You know, when these were getting compiled, the guy that was putting it together did say to me, we have so many good ones. Usually it's really hard to find bad reviews because it just depends on the industry. It depends on, like, because a lot of the time it's just a level of whininess that it's just like, it's not even interesting, right? It's just shut up kind of thing. But this one, apparently, within the last month, so many complaints that he came back and said, I think that we're going to have to do one that is just Sydney versus Melbourne and one that is Australia-wide. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we are going to have to figure out which of these 2 airports is the worst in Australia out of the 2. So, without further ado, because I am a proud Sydney boy, I, Jordan Shanks, New South Welshman that I am running hot with Blue Maroon, I'm gonna have to say that Melbourne Airport, it's Sydney Airport. I hate Sydney Airport.